And this is where President Cyril Ramaphosa will preside over the handing over ceremony of the second phase of the Welisizwe Rural Bridges. In his 2023 State of the Nation address, he announced plans to construct 96 bridges during this financial year. And this handover ceremony affords the President an opportunity to witness the work that has been done so far. Newzroom Africa's Veronica Makhoali is there and will be following this handover process and joins us now. Veronica, good morning. The initial program was announced back in 2022. There was some progress in 23. 24 bridges in KwaZulu-Natal had commenced construction. So this is an exciting moment to see something go from an announcement to fruition, especially for communities that have been effectively cut off.
Absolutely, Iman. In fact, especially for a country like ours, where many people have essentially criticized the government at some times in regards to the implementation and the plans and what actually happens for those on the ground that are needing this crucial infrastructure. Just behind me, Iman, is of course one of the many bridges that will be constructed in this province. As you've mentioned, this program has already been rolling out in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal, Limpopo, the Northwest and the Free State. And in this pivotal moment for this community, specifically here in Mpumalanga, it's really an important time for residents. Some of them have gathered to see essentially this cutting of ribbon ceremony, where the president is expected to arrive just after 10 o'clock, where he will officially open this bridge to residents and to communities here. You can see as well, just from the way that it's built, apart from it looking brand new, but the importance of how it connects this residential, well, this community specifically in this rural community. Just driving into this area, Iman, was quite a mission, given the fact that there is not a lot of road network. It's still a lot of gravel roads. So what we're starting to see is really essentially the work of government to improve not only the lives, but the infrastructure in this community, in the country, a project that, of course, is being headed as well by the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, who I'm joined by. Thank you so much for your time, Minister Dean. I think first and foremost for you, this project, this entire effort of the Welisizwe Rural Bridge, tell us a little bit more about it and where we stand now in terms of the number of bridges that we've been able to give to residents across the country.
So this project really is about dignity. And it's about restoring dignity to rural communities that are often cut off during the rainy season and are unable to access services. Kids aren't able to go to school. And so this is really about connecting communities with each other, but also with government. And so we're hugely excited about that. This project is over 3 years. It's got a 3.6 billion rand budget, where we're going to build 288 bridges across South Africa in 6 provinces. Here we are launching 4 today. The President will be launching these 4, and then we will be going to the Solomon Mahlangu Stadium to be able to explain to the community what we're doing and just be able to mark this momentous moment, an opportunity that government is working with citizens. And when we said that we wanted to turn South Africa into a construction site, it wasn't just about urban centres or urban communities, it's also about rural communities, and that's what we're seeing here today. Also, the added benefits of this project is that it involves the local communities, local labourers, local businesses, local inputs, and so this is really a 100% community-owned project, which we are so excited about.
And that was definitely going to be my next question. Yesterday, during the meeting with the provincial executive, you were also present in that dialogue. We heard the president there giving really a staggering figure of the unemployment rate in Mpumalanga specifically, 35.5%, far above the national average. There is a need to bring communities into some of these projects. How has that been going, and perhaps maybe tackling the unemployment crisis specifically in this province?
Well, you know, we obviously, I believe, as a ministry, that we can contribute immensely to the growth and jobs prospect through infrastructure development. There's no better way to grow your economy and to grow jobs than through infrastructure development. And that's why we're working hard to find new funding mechanisms, new sources. Last night I met with a major Asian infrastructure bank. It's the first time they've ever been to this country in 8 years, despite us being a member with them for 8 years. And they are coming, and their words were to me that the lights are flashing green to invest in South Africa. So that's exciting. And we can see more of these developments with the greater infrastructure budgets that government is making available, growing 10% year on year. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see. But now we also need to get additional funding into that. So we can bring down those job unemployment numbers. We can grow the economy just through infrastructure development.
Yeah. And I mean, Minister, when we look at a bridge like this, knowing the issues provinces like Mpumalanga have, especially during the rainy season that we're approaching, that torrential rains that often hit, when it comes to the stability of such infrastructure, what is the message to residents as well in regards to the strength of this infrastructure? I mean, it's good to have a bridge, but will it withhold for many years? And also, have you spoken to communities about the issue of also maintaining this?
This is going to stand the test of time. It's got fantastic engineering, build quality behind it, signed off as well. And we are encouraging communities, and that's why we're also here today, is to say, own your infrastructure. This belongs to you. This is your asset. Help us look after it, protect it, guard it, and let's get as much longevity out of it as we possibly can. But this is money well spent by government, but we need now the community to play its role and look after this and maintain these assets.
And we know that Mpumalanga is not your only stop. You are saying that this work is continuing throughout the other provinces. What can residents look forward to in regards to seeing the continuation of the Welisizwe Bridge?
In January, we're going to the Eastern Cape, to some very rural communities there. We're going to be handing over some more bridges there. So it's full steam ahead now for us. And we want to meet the target. We want to get this on time and on budget. And then we want to start imagining how do we do it bigger and better now in the next phase. So I think this is just the start, which I'm so excited about. And I think that the best is yet to come.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Minister. Of course, the Minister reflecting there on the infrastructure work that is being done, not only by the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, but also this is a joint project, as you heard, by community and by residents, saying there that it's a community-owned project, Iman. But I can tell you certainly from the opportunity that we will get to speak to some of the residents here, we'll hear exactly of the benefit of this bridge. Apart from also the benefit, what more needs to be done for this community? As I've mentioned, just driving through here, it really is given the hallmarks of the many underdeveloped residents in our community, in our country, in regards to access to just a proper road network, access to such a basic amenity as such a bridge, to also ensure the safety of residents, but also to make sure that they can access those basic service deliveries. And so you can see that a crowd has also gathered here, and we're expecting the President to, of course, cut the ribbon to officially welcome this community, but also to speak about the stark realities that are faced by residents and community members as we look forward to seeing how government program rolls out. Will they be able to meet some of those targets, and will this truly benefit residents in the way that it needs to be in terms of setting those targets and I guess bridging the divide?
Yeah, a really exciting moment for the community there, Veronica, no doubt. We know, I think as it stands, 58 bridges countrywide are under construction. So to see these handover moments is significant. Also bearing in mind the massive impact it will have to communities. We've seen one too many incident where children, one too many times when children are trying to cross rivers and, kind of massive bodies of water trying to get to school with their books in a bucket. Sometimes we've seen children themselves going in barrels to cross rivers. So this is really a moment that is quite significant. And it's so interesting just hearing from the crew as well, Veronica, that the name of the bridge, Vezubuhle, is the Show Beauty Bridge. And as you heard Minister Macpherson say there, this is really belonging to the community, hoping that it will be an asset that will be protected by the community. So really excited to hear the outcome of your conversations with community members on how this is going to improve and make their lives much better. Veronica Makhoali, thank you very much for that. We'll continue to follow the President's movements in Mpumalanga with the bridge handing over process.